Hey everyone, welcome to our Thursday night Facebook Live. I'm Alyssa, nutritionist and owner of Soul Food Nutritionista, and tonight we are diving into a really popular question that I've been getting lately, and that's all about your gallbladder. In fact, many of you have been messaging me saying, Alyssa, I had my gallbladder removed and it's been a gong show since. If this is you, let me know in the comments if you can relate. So we're going to be talking about the gut issues that arise after gallbladder removal. And here's the thing, you may have had your gallbladder removed hoping that that would fix your problems, that would take away your pain, and it would fix the digestive issues that you may have been experiencing beforehand. And then you had your gallbladder removed, you were told to just stick to a low-fat diet, and you've been doing so, and things seemed okay at first, but then all of the sudden, your symptoms hit. All of the sudden, you're experiencing diarrhea, you're in pain again, you're not feeling great whatsoever, and then the panic sets in. And so here's the problem, is that, your gallbladder, I will say fortunately, you can live without, but at what cost? Because there really is a price to pay when we lop out an organ, right? And to just put it so frankly, when we cut out an organ, we really have to ask, what is that doing? Because our organ plays a role. That organ, all of our organs play a role. And you might be able to live without it, but are you going to have quality of life without it? We're going to talk about that tonight. So first and foremost, I think that it's really important that we get a better understanding of what the heck does your gallbladder do? What the heck is it? Where is it located? You may not have even been aware of your gallbladder until it was all of a sudden being removed by your doc. So, your gallbladder works hand in hand like a team with your liver. And it's located on your right side, your liver's on your right side, and the gallbladder is located right below it. And so they hang out together and they work as a team. So your liver and gallbladder play a really important role in digestion. And so your liver produces bile, which is an enzyme that helps to break down your fats. And what it does is it produces it and then it ships it off to the gallbladder and says, gallbladder, I need you to store this. And so your gallbladder is this little pouch-sized organ on the right side that hangs out there and it collects and holds on to all of the bile. And when you are about to digest, you're eating a meal and you've got fats in your meal, the gallbladder is cued to say like, hey, give me some of that bile. We're going to release the bile because we've got some fats to break down. So that is the role of your gallbladder in a very simple way. So what the heck happens then if we remove it? So if you have your gallbladder removed, this is where problems can come up. And you might be thinking at this point, well, yes, that sounds like a problem. If I don't have anywhere to store my bile, which breaks down my fats, what happens? Where does the bile go? How do I break down fats? All of those questions start to come up, and you can see why it starts to become a problem. So here's the thing. You've had your gallbladder removed, and listen, the world is not going to end. We're going to talk about some solutions at the end here. I'm going to give you some tips so that you can get addressing this and feeling better. But just know that's not optimal. So you've had your gallbladder removed, so now what? What do we do? So first and foremost, your bile doesn't have anywhere to be stored. So it goes from the liver directly into the small intestines. And what that means is you constantly have like this drip flow of bile happening into the small intestine. And so even when you're sleeping and not digesting, bile is being released as if you were. And so that's a problem because then you go to actually eat and there's not enough bile stored. There's not enough bile in storage. There is no storage anymore, so you're going to struggle to break down fats. So bile will continue to drip flow into your small intestines, and then when you go to eat fats are not being broken down properly, so those foods sit in your gut and they begin to rot and ferment. And that fermentation process, we've talked a lot about bloating, eventually creates a gas buildup and bloating. So this is why you're so bloated when you're eating, because you're struggling to digest your fats. So this is where we need to go back around and help to support your digestive system. All right. So I'm making sure I'm staying on track here. We've talked about after removal. Let's talk about some of the symptoms, because you might not be sure if this is affecting you, if it's the gallbladder that's causing some of your symptoms, or if it's something else. You might be thinking, well, I've got IBS, so it's that. But gallbladder removal can cause IBS. So here's the thing. If you're experiencing diarrhea, I'd say that's one of the number one symptoms that I hear from folks who've had their gallbladder removed. And it's typically diarrhea with a little bit of urgency behind it. Now, it's not to say that if you're experiencing constipation that you aren't being affected by your gallbladder removal. That can certainly happen too. It's just that we see more cases of diarrhea than constipation. So those are two of the really common things. Obviously, gas and bloating are an issue. You might also be experiencing like a green film that's in your stool or in your poop when you go to the bathroom. And that, my friend, is your bile. And so what you're noticing is that bile is just being eliminated out of the body. It's not actually effectively doing its job. So, that, and I would say pain as well is common. So you're probably experiencing some pain in the same place where your gallbladder was, and you're thinking, why the heck am I still experiencing pain? I had them cut out my gallbladder to get rid of the pain, and yet I still feel shitty, if not worse. Okay? So if that is you, let me know in the comments below with a yes. Let me know if you are experiencing any sort of diarrhea, gas, bloating, any sort of pain, maybe even green in your stool. Let me know in the comments below, because these next few tips that I'm going to share with you are going to be critical in helping you to digest your fats, and you're going to want to do these forevermore in place of that gallbladder. All right, so let's talk about the support. One of the things that you probably got told after you had your gallbladder removed is just follow a low-fat diet. It's no problem. Except fats are in everything, and fats really do play a role. And I will clarify that there's a difference between good fat and bad fats. So your processed, deep-fried, fast food type fats are certainly not going to help you at this point. They were already really tough to digest. Now we've taken the gallbladder out. You're going to really struggle when you're eating those kinds of foods. And that's where we typically hear of urgency and diarrhea happening, when you've dabbled in those kinds of foods. So definitely processed fats, processed foods, deep fried type things. These types of fats are not going to serve you on any level. But fats are really important, good quality fats. Fats like avocado oil, olive oil, coconut oil, avocados, nuts, seeds. These are all good sources of healthy fat, and you need them to have a healthy brain, healthy gut, healthy joints. And so we don't want to eliminate fats completely. We have to help you digest them better. And I'm going to teach you how to digest the good quality fats better. Okay? So, what was I saying? So, we don't want to just eliminate fats, all right? Now, the thing is that you might be getting to a point where you feel like you've tried everything and you're hitting a wall, and you're starting to feel like maybe this is it. Maybe this is what it's just going to look like for me for the rest of my life. Please don't think that. Please stop that thinking right now. We just need to get you more support. If you are struggling, that is a sign that you are missing critical pieces of the puzzle. You are missing steps in your protocol, and that's the reason why it's not working. Don't ever feel like you're going to be stuck here for the rest of your life. Don't ever feel like you're just meant to feel like shit, or be shitting your pants, or praying for a shit. Please. Just know that there's always, always, always a solution. And if you haven't found it yet, it just means that you need more support, and you likely need a complete gut repair system from a professional, someone who can guide you through a professional gut repair system. No more guesswork, no more self-navigating through blogs on the internet. You need to touch in with a functional practitioner who's going to walk you through fixing your gut, not just your gallbladder being gone, but your whole gut. So we're going to talk more about that. So here are some of the things that you need to do. First and foremost, you do need to start eating smaller, more frequent meals. The fact of the matter is that you were struggling to digest foods long before you had your gallbladder removed. That's a fact. Your gallbladder just doesn't all of a sudden decide it's going to be, clogged with stones and crap out and we just better lop it out. Okay? There has been deep underlying imbalances that have led up to that point. So we have to go back and support all of the imbalances that were there that caused the gallbladder issues and caused the diarrhea or the digestive issues that are still hanging around, okay? So you need to eat smaller, more frequent meals because that's going to help to balance your blood sugar, but it's also so much easier on your gut. Think about it. If you're doing smaller, more frequent meals versus 3 big, massive meals, it makes sense, doesn't it? If you're having 3 big, massive meals, your stomach's going to get tired and worn out. It's going to be like, listen, this is a lot of food to digest in one setting. I'm already weak and tired. I'm already underactive and struggling to digest these foods. Now you're landing this massive meal of steak and potatoes and veg on me, and I just can't do it. And so this is where smaller, more frequent meals are going to be much easier to digest. You're going to have a better chance of absorbing the nutrients that come from that meal and not being depleted from the enzymes that actually break them down. Okay? So that's key. The second thing, we talked about this a little bit, but I'm going to go back. We need to avoid processed fats. Okay? Please eat the good fats, but you need to avoid the processed fats. So the fast food, the refined, deep fried type stuff, any sort of like canola oil, soy oil, these types of oils are really not good for you. They're really not good. They cause inflammation. They're often rancid, genetically modified, and these are already hard to digest even when you have a gallbladder. So removing these processed fats is really key, but we don't want to eliminate fats completely. And that brings me to number 3. I want you to add in more fiber. And specifically ground flax and psyllium husk powder, which happen to be a source of fat. And these are really important because they help to keep your bowels moving first and foremost. And that's really critical because if you start getting backlogged and now we've got this constant drip of bile happening in the stools, it turns into this big case of inflammation happening in your bowels. You're going to feel pain. You're going to feel bloated. And so it's really critical that we keep your bowels moving and also help you to continue to digest your foods since the gallbladder isn't there to give you that bile as you're eating. Okay? So you're going to increase your fiber with ground flax and psyllium husk powder. I will just warn you guys, if you are constipated, psyllium husk powder is probably not the best place to start. It's extremely bulking. So more so if you're experiencing diarrhea, I'd like you to tap into psyllium husk powder. If you're experiencing constipation, you're better off with ground flax. For those that are experiencing diarrhea, you want to start with about a 1/4 teaspoon to a 1/2 teaspoon of psyllium husk at a time because, again, it's extremely bulking, and if you have too much of that too fast, it will constipate you. Okay, so start small with the psyllium husk. Ground flax is a little bit different. If we're working with constipation, first we need to make sure the bowels are moving before you just increase your fiber. Make sure your bowels are moving before you just increase your fiber. You can imagine your colon, it's not straight, but we're going to say it's straight for now. So you've got the straight colon, and let's say you're clogged in the bottom half, and we throw some flax on the top and it shakes up the top part of the colon, but you're still clogged in the bottom. That's going to irritate your tummy because we've got this poop that's trying to move up here, but you're clogged from the halfway down, okay? You're clogged all the way down. So you can't actually eliminate, so it really just creates more bloating and irritation. So it's critical that your bowels are moving first before you start to do higher doses of fibers to encourage things to get moving. So Let me see here. Oh yes, the last thing, this is really, really important. If you have had your gallbladder removed, this is something that you must do probably for the rest of your life. You need to go and pick up bile salts. It's a supplement. You need to get on bile salts. This is really important that you take this when you're eating, because what it's going to do is put the bile in your stomach with the food that should have been released by the gallbladder, and it helps you to effectively digest your fats and digest your food so that you're not going to feel that bloating, you're not going to get the gas, and it will ease those digestive symptoms and the pain that you're experiencing. So bile salts are absolutely critical. They need to be taken with each of your meals, and you're probably going to be on them for the rest of your life. And so these are the critical things that you want to be making sure that you're addressing. And as I mentioned before, just keep in mind that, the reason that you got to where you are is because there were gut imbalances beforehand. Again, your gallbladder just didn't decide to just wake up one day and be like, I'm out, I'm done here, just cut me out. You've been having symptoms long before that. If you haven't, I'd be shocked. Message me if that's you, I would be shocked. But you were probably experiencing bloating, you're definitely experiencing pain, you're probably experiencing gas, bowels were maybe off, but here's the thing. We can manage these circumstances after having your gallbladder removed, but do you want to just manage it, or do you want to go back to the beginning? We have to go back to the beginning and address the reason this whole thing came in the first place, because you can cut out your organ, but it's not fixing the problem. It's not fixing the reason that these digestive issues came in the first place. Now, stay with me here. Okay, there are other underlying imbalances going on, and I'll tell you, tomorrow I'm going to be coming on Facebook Live. I'm going to be teaching you the 4 steps to actually fixing your gut, and I'm going to be showing you exactly what's going on in your gut that's preventing you from healing. And so do check in and watch that Facebook Live, because this will make more sense. But there are underlying imbalances that are happening within your gut, and we need to address those, because we can put you on bile salts, we can have you doing small, frequent meals, but what will give you the best success is when we address all of the issues that have come to be. One of the things is leaky gut. You may have heard of leaky gut before, and this is caused from undigested food particles that remain in the gut, and they rub up on the gut lining, and that friction eventually causes the muscle to slowly tear, and we get small holes in the gut lining, and this is what we call leaky gut. So it's not just a matter of gallbladder being gone. There's other damage and underlying imbalances that have been caused from the situation that exists today. So this is why we want to get you on a complete gut repair system, and it's also why I created the Love and Trust Your Guts program, so that you don't have to keep managing these symptoms. Let me know in the comments below with a hell yes if you are sick of managing the symptoms. Who here is done with antidiarrheals, laxatives, medications, restrictive diets, and none of it is working? So now you've had your gallbladder removed, and now you're still in pain, and you've got diarrhea or constipation and the gas and the bloating, and all these things still remain, and you're desperate for some relief. And here's the thing. I was talking with a gal earlier today, and she told me, Alyssa, I've been suffering with this for 11 years. 11 years. Guys, if there's one thing that you take away from me, if we part as friends tonight or tomorrow or next year, if there's one thing that you ever learn from me, please let it be that it is absolutely possible for you to fix your gut. Never lose the faith that it is possible for you to fix your gut, for you to feel normal, to be able to start living your life, to show up for your family, your best self, so that you don't feel miserable and agitated by your family, so that you can finally start living the life that you've been wanting to, and that, honestly, let's be honest, you've forgotten that you ever wanted to live. So I'm going to leave this with you guys. I'm going to ask you, in a year from now, 12 months from now, what would your perfect day look like? Where do you want to be? How do you want to feel? How do you want to feel? I've asked that question a lot, and a lot of people say to me, Alyssa, I don't know anymore. I don't know what it looks like. I don't know what I love anymore. They've lost themselves. I don't want you to lose yourself in these symptoms that don't have to be. Let's get you some support. So here's the thing. This week only, from Tuesday to Friday, tomorrow at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have an amazing Black Friday sale going on the 11 Trust Your Guts program. And you know, here's the thing. The program is for people who are ready to get to the bottom of fixing their gut, who are done managing the symptoms, who are ready to take action, who want a proven system, who want to know how to do this once and for all without having to worry about the guesswork. And so we have put a special offer on the table just for those who are ready to finally feel normal again. And I've got some amazing discounts happening, but also the thing that I'm most excited about is I have a special bonus happening with 4 top experts, 4 top industry experts who are going to be training you guys who jump into the Love and Trust Your Guts program on hormones. How many of you guys have hormone issues? How many of you guys are wondering why you get your period and your gut issues get worse? Or why your hormonal imbalances are going on? Is it because of your gut, or is your gut causing your hormone issues? So we're gonna have a hormone specialist come in. We've also got a stress and anxiety mindset coach coming in, and she's gonna be training you how to break through the thinking that's keeping you stuck in your symptoms, who has you believing that it's not possible for you to heal. We're going to rewire your brain so that you are set up for success. We also have an expert coming in who is going to help you break through the food fear. I absolutely love this gal. She's a good friend of mine, and she is helping people to break through food fears, tap into intuitive eating, and really make sure that you're eating for your body, not following some one-size-fits-all diet, but finding the right diet that works for you, so that you can heal. And lastly, this is what I'm most excited about, I'll be honest. I have a special fitness trainer. She's coming in, and she's going to be teaching the Love and Trust Your Guts program, folks, special, easy, gentle movements and exercises that you can feel confident doing so that you don't feel like you're going to poop your pants while you're working out. I'm so sure that many of you are thinking the last thing you ever want to do is work out because your stomach hurts so much. So she's got some incredible stretches and activities that she's going to be teaching us how to do from at home so that you can start rebuilding your strength, so that you can accelerate your body into healing faster, so that you can get faster results. So this is a massive bonus. We have over $1,200 worth of free value that is coming in with the program on top of the discounts that I have offered for this Black Friday sale. So do make sure you jump into the link in the comments above and get all the details on the program. And here's the thing, I know you've tried endless things, and I know that you're terrified that it's not going to work for you. And that's why I want you to private message me. I want you to private message me and tell me what's going on in your world so that we can make sure that this is the right program for you, so that we can make sure that this is going to work this time for you. Because here's the thing, at the end of the day, I only want to work with people who are A, ready to do the work, but B, that I can look you dead in the eyes and say, I know we can get you the results. So let's have a conversation. Let's make sure that this is going to work for you. And I'll tell you that it has worked for so many people. It's incredible. And there's nothing special about, I mean, these are special people, but there's nothing special about myself or any of these people who have fixed their gut, except that they have followed a proven gut repair system. So make sure you click on the link above, get all the details, send me a message, and let me know all of your questions, and we're going to make sure that we get this gut fixed once and for all so that you don't have to be talking a year down the road about how you're still stuck in this. I don't want to get another message from people saying that they've been suffering for 11, 15, 20 years. That does not have to be you. So stop what you're doing and go take action in fixing your gut. No more, no more diagnosis or research or anything is going to fix this. Only action will. So guys, I'm going to wrap it up, and make sure that you jump onto tomorrow's free Facebook Live. I'm going to be teaching you the 4 steps to fixing your gut, and you're absolutely going to be be mind blown. So we will see you guys tomorrow. For those in the States, I'm wishing you a very happy Thanksgiving. Please enjoy all of the time and love with your family and friends, and don't stress about the food. We're gonna get it all figured out together. Have a great one, guys. Bye.